First portion: learn behaviors transforming life. For a better, happier old age. Are you between 65 and 75, or do you have great concern about someone experiencing this golden era of one of the vital periods that can mold the years to come? Many seniors assume they have left the more crowded areas of existence behind, yet secret daily routines could be silently cutting their lifespan, see unintentionally producing little errors that cause deteriorating health or growing reliance on others as time goes on. Consider the liberty resulting from daily life. Healthily and autonomously assuming management of your behaviors goes beyond just adding years to your life, corresponds with spending those years with life and pleasure. Interested in which customs to adopt and which we should stay away from? Keep listening as we investigate ideas that might change your life and every older people should be aware for a longer, more contented life. Senior, those who survive past the 75th birthday usually labor throughout the years between 65 and 75. People who enjoy life and take care for personally always pay close attention to a lovely and wholesome way of life to enable their latter years. Are completing close friends as you enter between the ages of 65 and 75. Older persons sometimes think they are savoring a relaxed phase of life, yet few understand that habitual behaviors could subtly cut their lives. Consists of little everyday activity may start to drive the decisions for deteriorating health. Makes life mourn in old age. Difficult is nothing more valuable than knowledge on how to approach concern of one's health, and depending on myself as even gorgeous children lead their own life and cannot always be here to look after you. As the adage goes, looks for your health, and the biggest benefit is being self-dependent of old age, since upon our arrival self-sufficient we not only live better but also help to preserve our freedom and independence. Hence, how can we avoid these negative behaviors and lead longer? Let's investigate the routines the older people often find themselves in without that they are truncating their surviving longevity. From 65 to 75 is the golden age of longevity. These comprise the 10 most crucial years influencing will your life be lengthy or short. I've spoken with 10 senior citizens living long lives all around me and attracted 23 conclusions about lifetime prior to our starting point. I would appreciate it should you enjoy this video. Will enable me to keep sharing the old age instruction should you not yet be a subscriber. Of over-reliance on self-stimulation, finding a good balance particularly for those in partnerships is crucial to ensuring that masturbating acts as a beneficial component of one's sexual and emotional well-being rather than a cause of alienation or guilt. As we age, awareness of self and compassion for self grow in even more significance in preserving a contented, balanced life. In these instances, one must grasp that sexuality, even in the latter years, if life stays a naturally lovely and rather favorable feature of human existence, it should never be balanced down from needless guilt or humiliation. The capacity to relate to one's physical state by sexual pleasure, even in old age, is not only natural but also really helpful kind of emotional expression and self-communication release. Yet when masturbation become an emotional escape in place of relevant personal touch, that could indicate a more fundamental problem demanding focus. In such conditions, it's crucial to look for substitute emotions help, whether from therapy, counseling, or revisiting close friends. These kinds of interactions provide a widely sought-after emotional source, nutrition transcending the temporary gratification of one typical worry many people have is self-stimulation. Persons possess whether there are any long-term physical hazards related with old age. Masturbation is where it's important to eradicate the ongoing stories that have unnecessarily created worry for so many. Counterintuitive against conventional wisdom. Not a single reliable medical study exists to propose that masturbation generates ongoing harm to sexual organs or quickens the aging process. Furthermore, research has regularly shown that there is no relationship between masturbating and severe illnesses like either sexual or as prostate cancer, dysfunctions with erectile difficulties, or impotence. These lies merely help to increase unwarranted anxiety, particularly in relation to in senior citizens who could already feel insecure about their evolving bodies. Stated moderation still remains the secret to obtaining the complete advantages of masturbation free of experience undesired adverse effects, even in cases of no long-term health hazards. Great. Still, masturbating may cause physical. Over time, tiredness becomes the regular discharge of energy in unbalance, with enough food or relaxation might leave people feeling worn out both physically and psychologically. Another possible result of overindulgence is a long-term drop in libido. The extremely behavior aimed to satisfy sexual need can, when done obsessively, one reduces their drive, leading to a sensation of discontent or annoyance derived from develops throughout elderly age. Masturbating, when carried out with consciousness and moderation, presents a plenty of physical. When emotional gains from a physical perspective, it encourages good blood, promotes circulation, and maintains suppleness of genital tissues, supporting maintenance of sexual purpose. That it can also fulfill essential instrument for emotional comfort, especially during stressful times, worry, or loneliness. For many of them provides a place to re-establish their own bodily connection, restating their own value and vigor. Yet, as with everything things, if masturbation is done, one must have equilibrium, begins to engage in a disproportionate length of one's life, or becomes a crutch. It transcends other crucial elements of course of life. One should consider what could be fueling this need. Is it loneliness, anxiousness, a lack of emotional link? Whatever the fundamental cause, we should take care of these problems, headed in search of better approaches to fulfill both bodily and psychological requirements. Regardless of hobbies, social conversations, or physical exercises similar to walking or yoga will help one recover a more balanced approach to enjoyment and general wellness. In view during masturbating is a customary and useful habit in old age, requires careful handling with knowledge of its limitations. Done in moderation, it may be a origin of great emotional and physical fulfillment, advancing both mental clearly and sexually. Yet it's crucial to understand when it starts to be a instead of more significant human relations, or when it first begins to. I suggest you subscribe and activate the bell so you won't overlook any videos. If you enjoy this video, kindly remark first. If you find it objectionable, remark 0 to inform me so I could make for you now a better video. Lets us obtain began one without depending on luck. Mentioning that there is an old adage 3 heaven 7 sets the components. Effortful parts remind us that life is not just about fate, but also about mostly molded by our decisions and elderly people's activities. Rather than investing funds and time on fortune, making vague or revealing forecasts is more helps one to concentrate on mental health and physical. Numerous elderly people's well-being concerns their future and health. Instead of their believing in divination, they ought to know that excellent longevity and living well provides health from a good lifestyle in line with regular balanced nutrition. A calm mind and exercise help to by leading pleasant life and building close ties. A feeling of peace results from which no horoscope can. Confidence, taking control of our life, is secret to having a serene and healthy life. 2 elderly people move gently and stay away from climbing great heights. When we get older, our bodies decrease adaptability and force enabling acts like climbing or reckless motions. One fall might be hazardous and produce serious wounds, maybe resulting in long-term immobility, also known as the requirement for extended care. Events like this don't only affect the elderly, but put in place major weight on their households, who might have to commit more time and effort to avert these hazards. By means of caring, older persons should move carefully, reduce physically demanding chores, and establish a secure residence by eliminating trip dangers and thinking about helpful tools. These steps are necessary to keep stability and safety by giving their well-being. In this sense, seniors guard their health, thereby maintain their level of living, therefore lowering the possibility of avoidable mishaps. 3 gather riches for elderly age corresponding to earning capacity, reduces creating financial stability. Using pensions or savings vital. Money covers not just everyday expenses but also guarantees access and independence as well. To be sensitive when health deteriorates suddenly, specifically for medical treatment and health assistance, is really important. Lacking sufficient financial means Older persons might experience stress or feel underprivileged when unable to afford. Quality of service financial independence also lowers the family conflict risk. Control finances and the requirement on depending on children, therefore making early plans for retirement made possible by careful savings and control of spending is crucial. This budgeting guarantees a pleasant senior age, devoid of anxiety, allowing for security and peace for not overworking yourself. Health is very beneficial for senior citizens. As one ages, discomfort and tiredness become more frequent and slower recovery between the bodies of 65 and 75 years old. Resilience falls as relentless effort. Either work or neglecting enough rest cause major medical problems. Many older people strive to operate as they did in their earlier years, thinking they stay strong, although this is usually an error. Overworking not only exhausts energy but also increases the chance of heart diseases, joint issues, and strokes. One must be aware of personal limitations. Seniors should change their working practices to prevent much effort and concentration on lesser, modest exercise, seeking equilibrium. Rest and exercise must be balanced to keeping a decent and quiet life. Following years 5 should not be unduly frugal. Elderly individuals, particularly those who have experienced adversity, frequently save too much. Some could reject to wasting food, consume leftovers, or stay away from. Investing on oneself while approaching old age is a moment to save a life in the results of one's work. Devoting oneself to a decent dinner, nice clothes, or fresh encounters not only provide happiness but also enhances quality of life. Really extreme frugality can be detrimental, particularly in cases like it implies eating bad quality food or avoiding self-care rather than enforcing rigidity. With older individuals should welcome the joys they would have passed over in the past. As the adage goes, money and goods cannot be taken with us this planet. Hence it's crucial to spend sensibly. Treat yourself sometimes and look after oneself for a contented and joyful later life. 6. Maintains your current house as a home. More than only a place to live, it's a treasure mine store of memories, providing older comfort, assurance, and stability. People occupying a house loaded with known sights and recollections brings a feeling of calm. However, some could find under duress from their children about selling their houses and share a place or exchange for a new house. This can cause one to lose their independence and bring the elderly to feel as though their life are not under their influence anymore. Sense of liberty and tranquility that derives from inhabiting a familiar territory supports preservation of self-respect and a feeling of autonomy. As the phrase suggests, parents have their own items, stressing the value of maintaining a personal area for independence. Then, elderly people should give much thought on the effects of not hurry into it and sell their houses. Their children's guidance guides them to has to consider their well-being and safety. And future. 7. Stay away from pointless. Modern market for health products is inundated in a variety of health products varying in nature, from dietary pills for home medical tools, all promise to improve quality of life. Yet, not all of these things live up, though. Some of their assertions are simply marketing strategies devoid of any true advantage when health deteriorates. Senior citizens are prone to fall for commercials and spend big sums of money on costly goods, expecting to recover their health, yet too much spending money on pointless objects might result into waste and underlie financial stress. Instead of adopting every fresh health trend, the older people should give a good priority for a healthy lifestyle with well-balanced diet, consistent exercise, and routine medical. This method offers checkups that good treatment for their welfare, free from the financial weight of unsubstantiated products. 8. Do not contradict your companion in advanced years of life. Friend becomes the most important friend when kids get grown and get occupied with their own life. It is the friend who stays to divide daily encounters and provide supporting evidence. When tensions with a relationship not just inflict emotional suffering, yet also generate stress, influencing general mood and condition. As couples become older, the link between they become even more worthwhile. Give not just company but also necessary emotional support for one another. Instead of contending with elderly people, ought to learn tolerance and honest conversation to keep harmony. The term old couple uses as a cue of the priceless friendship amongst spouses, stressing how in subsequent years they are the most crucial comfort source and assistance fostering a harmonic relationship guarantees that the golden years pass in harmony and pleasure. Should these tales inspire you and they inspire you to do something kindly? If not, comment 0, remark 9. For us, feedback is much more than just thanks. Your valuable duration. 9 should be careful about remarrying because of though prevalent, loneliness is a sensation that jumping into remarriage in elderly age is a confronting difficult ties between decisions, and later in adulthood, marriages typically face uncertainty as both sides have developed lifestyles and routines. Arguments about problems or money, about children from past marriages may be rather stressful. Remarrying can provide happiness, and sometimes friendship might also be accompanied by start to be a cause of pointless difficulties, and instead of right away looking for an elderly couple's fresh marriage, fulfillment in several significant ties like friendships or ties to keep with grandchildren. Elevated and evade marry problems. The choice to remarry should result from sincere understanding. So feeling not just a response to loneliness. 10. Stay away from nursing homes. If at all feasible, nursing homes might be required for some senior citizens, calling for specialized treatment because they are not necessarily the ideal setting when one becoming delicate and incapable of handling individually. A nursing home might seem like a fix, yet many elderly people feel loneliness in a way that isolation, losing the sensation of living in a family, the foreign setting and dependency on strangers, may cause despair and sorrow. By comparison, continuing to live in a known house surrounded by loved ones and memories might make one feel comfortable and security. Furthermore, nursing homes might not always offer the degree of attention needed, anticipated, and some of the inhabitants feel avoided if at all feasible. Better still, stay in a known environment. Hiring house caregivers might be a practical alternate, making sure the elderly experience love safe and in peace. 11. Ties to co-workers and friends will gradually evaporate when retirement arrives. When individuals go from the workforce, the ties they developed with friends and colleagues progressively lose relevance. When major life events happen, everyone takes its own road. While this does not imply those ties no longer have any significance, in knowledge that everything has a season and that separating is a normal aspect of life that assists senior citizens stay calm, devoid of clinging to the past. The people who at once shared our professional and academic journeys will finally veer far as every individual seeks fresh ideals, new interests, rather than lamenting past events. Older people should welcome and foster connections of vital importance in the present, as with relatives or close friends, also help to lessen pressure, but also lets them concentrate on have a contented and happy life in their latter years. 12. If you do not grasp something, wait till tomorrow. Life sometimes brings challenging tasks that might result in anxious or stressed out older folks. Although instantaneous action isn't always required, the phrase, "where there is a mountain there," reminds us that occasionally the greatest strategy is patience. Many issues get more obvious with time, and solutions usually come to me spontaneously. Maintaining composure and resisting allowing pressure causes damage to the body and health are somewhat more important than those who worry too much about aging. Persons should learn to unwind, then wait till they have a clearer viewpoint to enable choices. This habit not only lessens pressure, but also guards mental and physiologic condition, bringing forth a small and more at ease in older life. 13. Avoid showcasing your riches to relative. Money, wealth is a touchy subject as well, particularly among relatives who have surplus. Bragging of one's assets could inspire jealousy and even cause strife or conflicts. It's good not to show riches, especially in relation to family, to stop misconceptions and protect family harmony when financial concerns surface. Interactions in play with loved ones can cause readily shifting, leading to distance or bitterness. To stay away from needless problems. For elderly people should record specifics about their possessions private and distribute them just when really. This kind of requirement assists not only preserve one's riches, but also preserves family's purity. Relationships, avoiding miscommunication or strife. 14. Keeps friendly ties with neighbors. An ancient proverb goes very well: more valuable than wealth is your neighbor. stressing the need of these relationships, particularly for elderly persons. Like people's aging sometimes results in increased time at home. Building relationships with the nearby community progressively vital in times of crisis. Neighbors are usually the first to help, whether it's appealing for assistance during an accident or giving basic assistance like unlocking doorways or grocery carrying bags. Beyond pragmatism with strong links, neighbors fosters a pleasant and friendly surroundings, helping to provide an raised and more festive spirit instead than living in apathy or solitude. Senior citizens should make investments in harmonic, friendly ties through minor motions similar to greeting each other or helping with regular chores. This not only offers protection, but also it increases joy and helps to minimize loneliness. 15. Leave with appropriate illumination. Since we get older, our physical condition, and particularly our declining versatility, capacity of good vision in low light conditions, negotiating in the darkness, raises one's chance of mishaps like stumbling into objects or even incurring great damage. Falls, especially in elderly persons, can cause shattered bones and lead to more issues, include less mobility. To remain safe, elderly should guarantee sufficient illumination when traveling, especially at night or in subdued situations. Should one be leaving in the nighttime, be careful to switch on lights or carry a torch to increase viewability. These little measures not only stop mishaps, yet also give a feeling of security when one moves with awareness. These specifics can assist seniors uphold well-being and safety in their everyday existence. 16. Instead of evaluating yourself against others, normal for you to gauge against others, yet persistently doing this results in merely discontent and dissatisfaction shared by everyone. Have their own special lives with various situation and capacities. As we get older, alters in financial health, living circumstances are unavoidable. Juxtaposing yourself with those who seem to be more fortunate or better in health leave you depressed and irritated. Alternatively, if you develop to value what you have, find delight in the small things, become more reachable when one is happy. Older persons should pay more attention to the blessings throughout their life, include significant bonds on a personal level, accomplishments, and most importantly, an awareness of thank you. Genuine happiness comes from not based on comparisons, but rather on appreciating and welcome your own journey. 17. Away from overeating. The adage, eat just enough to live a long life and be full and active, stresses the need of control of food intake. Overindulgence strains the digestive tract, bringing about bloating, long-term issues with dyspepsia, and the stomach, liver, and heart. Elderly persons often have slower digestion, therefore, not only strains the body, overeating thereby increases the possibility of digestive, thus heart-related diseases. Instead of elderly people should eat reasonable amounts, split meals into fewer portions with good nutrition, low-calorie meals with energy, properly strolling gently after foods help digestion by lowering fat accumulation and improve general health via moderation of dietary quantities and adopting sensible eating patterns. Elder adults can save a longer and better quality life. 18. Free of excessive fat, and foods rich in salt are absolutely vital in health, particularly when we get older. Meals heavy in saturated fats or oil salt raise the heart disease risk greatly, diabetes and blood pressure. Since aged, usually adults have less effective, hefty meals in the digestive tracts can cause to aggravate bloating, indigestion, or exacerbate seniors' persistent medical problems. Should give balanced dinners, high value in veggies, fruits, and necessary substances for which digestion is simpler. Support keep a good body by means of hydrated and limited sweets and alcohol. Furthermore, crucial for listening to our beverages, the bodily requirements, and modifying one's diet can guarantee better health as we age. 19. Avoid letting negative emotions control you, harm your health. Negative emotions like sadness or worry, anger can have major effects on mental as well as physical health. Studies show that 95% of diseases have links to inadequate emotional. Extreme rage, for example, sets off the stimulation of stress hormones capable of damage the heart nerve system, and aging of immunological systems usually causes notable personal transformations include declining financial concerns or health. This could raise anxiety levels, or depression. Rather than giving in to negativity, it is imperative to learn mood management by doing outdoor meditation, yoga exercises, or social events help to uplift attitude and encourage calm. Keeping a happy, hence a good attitude, not only improves your soul as well as a strong approach to safeguard your health in following years. 20. Have suitable exercise. Maintaining this requires workout, physical and psychological, but not all kinds are fit for senior citizens. Intense exercise can produce injuries as the body changes. Older, fragile people should choose for mild workouts like yoga in walk-in form, tai chi or swimming to improve adaptability and power while reducing the possibility of muscles or joint harm. It is essential to preserve a regular physical activity and avoid giving. Frequent physical exercise enhances cardiovascular wellness, reduces blood pressure, strengthens immunity, lowers danger of chronic diseases, and advances mental well-being via suitable activities and attentive attention to them. Senior bodies allow a longer, more completing life. The message stresses the vital necessity of old people to practice sensible and health-conscious behaviors, leading to a satisfying then long life. First, giving top priority a balanced diet, enough sleep, and consistent exercise has a major influence. General well-being. Next, concern is urged to avoid needless medical products and very dangerous activities, as preserving money and safety. Consistency guarantees mental peace of mind. Escaping bad feelings and fostering, particularly in connection to family and neighbors, help to create a feeling of belonging. Also, setting reasonable conventions about friendships and acknowledging the changing nature of partnerships can lower emotions of old people. Should either grieve their loss or accept financial independence to control medical needs, are comfortable and live, not burdening loved ones. At last, releasing the need for ongoing comparisons and enjoying little pleasures in life results in better satisfied life, happier existence. Applying these ideas right now can assist to guarantee a safer and better quality, more quiet latter life. Should you discover these narratives inspire and motivate, inspire you to start a project, kindly 9, if not 0, your remark. For us, feedback is much more than just thanks. Your priceless time.